Hello, 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 my YouTube subscribers and my subscribers to be. I'm your host, Josie Latimer of Celebrity and Variety Talk. My topic this evening is about Quanell X having an interview with uh, Headline News HLN, and he was saying on his interview that Brittany Bowens will definitely be charged in the murder of 4-year-old Maleah Davis. He had an interview with Headline News and they asked him, did he think she would be charged? His answer was yes. And the reason he said that she would be charged is because of all the information that she had given him and that he had proof of everything she said. Because, I was wondering, I said to myself, I wonder if he recorded any of the information or would he be able to prove that she actually said this, all of this stuff, leading her to having something to do with the baby's murder, or if he was just saying it back and forth to the DA. Well, he actually had that interview and he told Headline News that he did have proof of everything that she said. Now, that is great if he had proof because everyone already thought that she was possibly um, either the murderer or she aided DERION VENCE in the murder of her daughter because of how she was responding, how she was still trying to communicate with him through his brother, how she allegedly took him to the hospital, how she had taken pictures of his scratches and his wounds, how she had spoken with her sister, who they had text messages going back and forth prior to her arrival at her father's funeral. How many people thought in the very beginning that she was actually there at the time of the murder because her ticket said a different time than she had said that she was flying out. So, with that, I think that they will be able to bring a charge against her, and also, especially if Quanell X have the proof of what she said. Now, early on, I heard her say that Quanell X made her say all of this, but I don't think anybody can make me say anything that would discredit me or anything that would land me behind bars or anything that would say that I killed my child. Would you? I mean, tell me what you think about that. I mean, how can anybody make you say that you killed your child or you knew that your child was being abused? You know, I mean, that just doesn't sound right. I really think she really knows something. But also remember Darian Vance's brother, he kept saying, oh no, my brother didn't do it. Oh no, my brother didn't do it. My brother didn't do it. Oh, it's going to all come out in court. And so, therefore, when Chauncey Glover did go to the jailhouse to visit with Darian Vance, he said that Darian Vance said, no, I did not hurt Maleah. He said she didn't suffer. So that kind of confused me. If she didn't suffer, how do you know that she wasn't hurt? She didn't suffer. How did you know that she didn't suffer unless you was actually there watching her die? Another thing I heard online that she could have possibly been poisoned, and that could be his reason for saying she didn't suffer. Now, the child had brain injuries from a previous incident that CPS was involved in, and someone could have hit her. And because of the fact that she wasn't quite healed from the brain surgeries that she had had prior to dying, when CPS had taken her away from the home, maybe they whooped her or did something to cause that baby to die immediately. Because remember, on the interview with Quancy and also the interview with Quanell, it was kind of like it was an accident. It wasn't no accident. It wasn't no accident. They should have been handling that baby with care. So that was why in my previous videos I said there are many people that murdered Maleah Davis, 4-year-old Maleah Davis, including CPS, because they should not have given that baby to anyone until they found out what happened. How did the baby actually get injured to have her to have brain surgeries? And then another thing, how did the mother and the father, how would it happen with that father? Because I heard that it happened with the biological father and the mother. Now that's what I heard. And also I heard that the baby was already injured before DERION VENCE came on the scene. So, when someone see that you don't take care of your kid, DERION VENCE could have noticed that, well, she don't care nothing about her, so I'm not going to care anything about her anyway. If she does not care, then I'm not going to care. So that's why you have to be very careful with who you have around your kids and the way you treat your kids. That other person watches that. So they feel like if you mistreat your own kid, they're going to do worse. So always protect your kids because these people are crazy out here. There are a lot of crazy people. They're not working with a full deck, and you never know. You could be sleeping with the enemy and not even know it. And she had to be blind to leave that baby in the first place, knowing she was still a sick baby. She could have taken her to her mother, her auntie, or anybody, a granny, or me, or you, or anyone that loved kids. Why would she leave her kid with a man that she told Quanell X that had abused her baby? So Quanell did say on that interview with Headline News that the baby will have justice served for her and that Brittany Bowens will be charged, everybody. Well, everyone already said why haven't they charged her anyway? I mean, why are they just subpoenaed the phone records for Brittany Bowens, DERION VENCE, Quanell X, and they may have with the brother as well. We don't know because I think Quanell says something about that brother could possibly have known where the body was. Well, I think they're trying to get Quanell's phone records because they think that he possibly knew something prior to turn it over to the DA. But all we care about is that justice be served with whoever had anything to do with this baby's murder. Such a beautiful little girl for someone to abuse. She's everyone's child now. Everyone feels the pain. No one knows what that little girl went through. I mean, we don't know if she was sexually molested. And now that the body has been destroyed from those crazy people out there in Arkansas that ran over that baby's body, and a couple of people went out on that land and no one wanted to even see what was in the bag. You know? I mean, that was horrific. And what really got me when the search guy said it touched him when he saw a little pink barrette from her hair. Oh my God, you just don't know what that did to me. So I hope justice is served, and I hope it's served soon. I mean, all of this stuff is going to come out. Another thing I wanted to point out to you guys is that when Quanell X went to visit DERION VENCE, he said that he had no emotions at all. He seemed like he was a cold-blooded killer. And people were wondering, well, even the news people said, well, Quanell said that, but we sent out Chauncey Glover in Houston, the news reporter Chauncey Glover. He went out there and the man broke down in tears. So which was it? I mean, which was it? And many people are saying, oh, no, Quanell just said that so that they can go ahead and charge the man with murder because of the reward money. Because, you can't get the reward money until they actually convict someone. And so the reward money is still standing because I heard the Houston police chief say that the reward money is there and that they had the suspect in their custody already. So it seems to mean that they feel that they were the ones that found the suspect. So, with that, what do you guys think about all this stuff? Do you think Brittany actually knew something about the baby's death, or do you think she did it and DERION VENCE disposed the body? Or do you think, I mean, at this point, it's getting really, really confusing, especially when Chauncey the news reporter went out there and he felt that DERION VENCE was being honest in what he said. He said DERION VENCE did have remorse. So the news reporters were like, we don't know what Quanell said, because if he didn't have remorse then and he was a cold-blooded killer, then he wouldn't have it even then when Chauncey went out. Said he did have remorse, and he said he would not, he loved that child. He didn't hurt that child. He took care of the kids, and he wished he was home with his family. I mean, but when he said, I wish I was home with Brittany, Maleah, and my family watching Netflix, I mean, was he really losing it? How can you be home with Maleah when you killed her, you or Brittany? I mean, that was crazy. So maybe that's why they're doing a psychic evaluation on him, because for him to say, I wish I was home with Maleah, and he know Maleah has been found, he told everybody where to go find her body. How can you be home with the baby when you already killed her? That was kind of crazy. So maybe the man have some mental problems, and that could have caused him to snap like Quanell said, but I don't know why he would snap if he had pictures in his phone of his penis to another woman, and he faked like it was a man so that Brittany would know who he was sending the pictures to. Seems like he's pretty doggone smart to me. He knew what the hell he was doing with that baby. He knew what he was doing. So justice has to be served in this case. So I don't know if that was remorse when he cried, or was he crying because, you know, how everybody acts when they're in jail. You know, everybody wants to get out. But Chauncey said he saw, you know, the way he felt like the man was just crying boo-hoo tears about that baby. And a lot of people, I think they said the daycare people said he was a nice father, all the people on his job. And, you know, of course, we heard his dad say that, but what parent wouldn't say that when their child is locked up? But it's a lot of people saying that he was a nice guy, and he was just discarding the body because Brittany killed the baby. Now, when all those text messages were online, some girl named Nikki, somebody, had all those text messages with Brittany corresponding with her sister prior to the funeral of her father. Those messages were something else. I mean, it was confusing. It was like she was supposed to be there at 4:30, but she told them she left at 9 something. And I mean, and the murder could have happened that morning before she even went to the airport. So this is why when they get all of these phone records, the records are going to show everything. And as someone was saying, well, since Brittany talks a lot and she still was on social media with Darion's pictures, so since she likes to talk, you know all of that stuff is on the phone. Because really when she talks, she kind of tells on herself because of she can't express herself in a way that she wants to. Even though she takes her time on those interviews, it was a young lady from the news in Houston, and she was interviewing her. And I noticed she took her time before she spoke. And even when she spoke after taking her time, she still said the wrong things. So, you know, it's just something off with the whole situation. And actually, I don't know if I could do any interviews if I lost my child. And I remember the day when I saw her mom doing an interview, and you can pull that up online, Brittany Bowens' mother's interview. Brittany was just standing around in the background like it wasn't nothing. It's no way. And that was early on in the situation. That was at the very beginning when everyone was looking for the baby's body. She was just in the background talking to girls. And I mean, she had no, oh my God, Jesus. I don't know what, I wouldn't have been able to be there. I would have been just breaking down all over the place. My God. I mean, when she was doing that and I was grieving myself, I was like, it's not even my child. And I'm feeling more sorry than her. She's just standing around while her mother's doing the interview, walking around, not crying or anything. So, you know, this is very confusing, man. I mean, this is a baby that came from her womb. I mean, oh my God, her flesh and blood. And, I know some people don't have emotions and they don't know how to show them, but anytime you have love of a child, like my mom, it was 8 of us, and as I always said, she loved all 8, and we all knew it, and everyone else knew it. So why come we couldn't see that with her? And that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand that type of vibe that she put out. And so right now, I know Brittany Bowens is the most hated mother in the world. And if she gets proven innocent, then maybe people may have some sympathy for her and maybe not. And the reason I said maybe not, because it still was her fault that she left 4-year-old Maleah Davis in the hand of a man that she was in love with, but she didn't even know him. I mean, you have people all day that are grinning your face, help you with your kids, take them to daycare, do this and that and this. And all of that is to make you think that they love you. There are a lot of she's in wolf's clothing. So don't forget that, everybody. You got to watch everybody. I mean, people are crazy nowadays. It's really sad that you can't trust people no more. That's really bad. I mean, and even in the celebrity world, I mean, they really have it hard. Can you imagine trying to hire the right person around you and you don't know if they're a robber or killer or set you up, or it's just crazy out here. So in Maleah Davis' case, everybody, Sunday is going to be her day in Houston. She's the Houston baby now. So everyone in Houston, Texas, please wear pink for Maleah Davis. So everyone in Houston are going to put on their pink. They're going to celebrate for Maleah. And you know what? I think if everybody stick together and put those vibes out there, justice will be served. It will be served. This was the next big case from the A.J. Armstrong story in Houston, where the young man allegedly killed his parents by putting 2 pillows over their heads. And they had a big time gym in Houston, Texas, in Bear Lair in Houston, in a nice area, nice professional people, a big time gym. And their son had everything. They had given him everything. So he was charged in the murder of his parents. And then he said that his brother did it. So I know right now he's so happy that the case have shifted off of him, because it was a hung jury, 8 guilty, 4 not guilty, for the young man being accused. So right now he's just, he still wears the ankle bracelet. But Maleah's case overshadowed, it just took over his case. So I know right now he's relieved, because people have just been bashing him because of the fact they felt that it was an inside job because it was his father's gun. So that case is going to open back up in a few months. And maybe both of the cases may be going on at the same time. That's really strange that both of these serious cases are going on in Houston, Texas. So what's really going on, everybody? Give me your comments about Maleah Davis' case, and let me know, do you think Brittany will be charged? Quanell said she would. He said he gave out all of the evidence, everything, with her admitting to knowing that the baby was abused, and she allowed it. So with that, please click like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your comments. And I just wanted to bring you that story because I saw it online that Quanell X had an interview with Headline News. He did tell them, he stated to them that they said, do you think Brittany Bowens will be charged? Quanell X said, yes, I do. And he said, because of all the evidence that I have, that she said, that she admitted to, I have it. And they have it too, which means he turned it over to the district attorney. So justice has to be served, everybody. So we'll just pray and hope that it will be served. Please click like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Josie Latimer, and thank you for tuning in to Celebrity and Variety Talk. And I'll come back and I'll talk some more, and I will see you next time. Bye.